Hello, this is Crypto Neptune, and I want to get on and talk about the recent developments of Telcoin and my thoughts on kind of how they're handling things with the app. As always, nothing on this channel is financial advice. I just want to give my own thoughts and opinions. But as you can see, some exciting news from Telcoin. They have just recently implemented digital asset on off ramps are now live in Germany, the Netherlands, and Portugal. Now, if you remember a few weeks back, Lithuania was the first European country to be added within the Telcoin app, and it seems like it kind of just starting, and now all of a sudden it's really ramping up in Europe. So shouts out to the Telcoin development team, to William Myers, that's kind of heading up a lot of these technical updates. But this is huge news. So, for anybody in the European Union, definitely welcoming you guys into the TelFam community. But this is really exciting news. And I wanted to kind of bring your attention to something. So if I can quickly find it, a couple of Telcoin community members there, but kind of look at this here because there's a lot of back and forth between Coinbase sues the SEC seeking regulatory clarity for the crypto industry. So, well, what does this have to do with Telcoin? Well, with Telcoin, they're working with lawmakers. They've worked with them in the past, and they're currently still working with lawmakers to actually make out laws regarding cryptocurrency. They've passed a couple of different bills in Nebraska, and they're just working with regulators to provide clear guidelines. I mean, that kind of leaves the pathway for, I believe, with Tailcoin in the future in the US because they will be helping bring out the regulatory framework and people in for example in the US will be coming to them to potentially work with them where it's from a business perspective or a regulatory perspective, but there is room for Tailcoin not only in the US but also over in Europe as well because they're doing the same thing. They essentially in Europe they've worked with the regulators to you know do the things that are necessary in order to be accepted into the kind of the European Union. And that's what's once they got the go ahead with Lithuania, then they're able to expand out further and further. So to me, Tailcoin is like a sleeping giant, and they're trying to be like their own, not only digital asset bank, they're trying to be their own digital asset bank. That's kind of like their number one goal in the US, but it's almost kind of like a cross between that and like their own crypto exchange. And I really feel the Tailcoin asset as a whole is undervalued. And as you can see here, Tailcoin is up slightly today, 1.40%. And if you look, over the overall, as you can see, as I've mentioned before, their all-time high was 6 cents. Well, we're trading down here at the bottom, so not financial advice, but what I've been doing is I've just been kind of accumulating at some of these lower prices because this is extremely undervalued asset in my opinion. I think, once we get to 2024, 2025 and up to that next bull run, we could see potentially like uh, a nice uptick with this with this token. So let's with this coin. So let's and again, William Myers kind of retweeted Telcoin, and then kind of within here, somebody says, "Can't wait until Sweden is in place. You guys rock." And then he basically says, "More countries soon." So guys, this is really going to start ramping up with regards to Telcoin. That's gonna be slowly, then it's going to be sudden with all these European countries, loading up into the app, and and who knows what's next and what's in store. But this was kind of within weeks from Lithuania, so I think with Telcoin, we're going to see a lot of updates and action between now until the end of the year. And this is great because more and more people are going to be using the app, and people are going to be looking for undervalued assets. Again, Voyager, they're no longer a trading platform. That's gone. Celsius, that's gone. FTX, that's gone. People are going to be looking for a DeFi exchange to use, and it's really right under their nose with Telcoin. All they've been doing during this time is just continually building in the bear market. So props on them, but Telcoin today, they have been kind of trending, which was pretty nice to see on Twitter. It was kind of trending globally. So some exciting news with Telcoin. And again, I like the things that they've done from a regulatory perspective, like here in the United States and also over in Europe. I like what the things they're doing there. So a lot of exciting things, the fiat on and off ramp and the continuing of building of the app, and what a bright future, I think, in my opinion, with Telcoin. And let's go over to the newsroom real quick. And if you have not staked within the Telcoin app, or you are potentially, new to Telcoin, whether you're in the US or whether you're over in Europe and you're thinking about downloading the Telcoin app and using it for, like, whether it's crypto or remittance transfer payments, you know, you go to the newsroom, there's a staking article. It kind of shows you how to do it here. You click the menu icon here, and then there's a little button where you earn tail. You click the stake button, so stake tail. And again, you would essentially have to, you could, with that fiat on and off ramp, you know, you should be able to, hook a bank account or another payment method within that app to buy your Telcoin. And and it simply says here, um, you can stake, and then what you would have to do is use a referral link in order to stake your Telcoin. So you've purchased some Telcoin, you want to stake it to earn transaction fees for each person you refer on the app. And this is kind of an example of how it would look. And then there's some more information, and as you can see here, you can put how much you want to stake. So let's say you bought 250,000 tail, you stake it here, you proceed to stake, and then done. And so in order for you to stake, you have to use somebody's referral code. So what I will do for you is leave my referral link within the comments of the YouTube video. I will do that. But again, now in order for you to receive referral fees, you in turn would have to share your referral link with other people once you get onboarded into the Tel app. And each time they make a transaction, whether it's a remittance transfer payment or whether they're trading crypto, you'll get a percentage of the transaction fees within the Tel app. So it's a pretty neat feature. So I will, kind of, and this is again, this is how I kind of look, once you start getting referrals within the app. And then there's kind of some more information here of how it would look once you start getting those rewards for the people you refer, because the people you referred have been using the app, and you've been kind of accumulating a percentage of those transaction fees. So it's a pretty neat feature. So again, pretty exciting news with what's going on with Telcoin and expanding into Europe, and I'm excited for more to come with this particular undervalued asset. That's pretty much all I have today with regards to Telcoin. Again, bright future for this particular coin as they and blockchain project as they continue to build and continue to innovate in the bear market. That's all I have for today. Thank you for stopping by.